Hi guys, today we are reviewing a Swatch Skin watch model SFK116. In review we'll go through the style as well as features and dimensions. So without further ado, let's get started. So guys, as you can see, this is a plastic watch. We have a plastic clear case in a normal Swatch style. We have a very small crown, as you can see here, tiny little black crown, and then the bracelet comprises of a metal piece which fits to the shoulder of the watch in sort of a H pattern, and then we've got this sort of silicone stroke rubber black piece, and then we've got metal pieces for the actual strap itself. So you can see these metal pieces with the Swatch logo in the clasp. So the clasp comes apart there, and then you pull the rest of the bracelet through it to get it off. There's no adjustment points on this part of the bracelet. You've got this metal piece either side. There are links that you could take out, and I think for my wrist I probably will take at least one of them out. So although this watch is sold as a unisex watch, in its current position with all the links in it, it's actually a little bit big for my wrist. So if I take one of these links out, I'll be okay. So there's only two pieces you can remove from each side of the strap on this metal piece. I don't know if for a lady's watch it might be too big, because even with those removed, it's still quite a large. If you've got a very thin wrist, as I said, in my wrist I need to take at least one out. So if you've got a thin wrist, then you take them all out, it may still be too big with this strap part. But it's very thin, very flexible, and it's quite comfortable. Now the back of the watch is pretty much standard for Swatch watches. It's always the same sort of design and shape. You can see the back of the watch through it because it's clear. Some of the mechanism, it tells us that it's a Swatch. It tells us that this one has no jewels, but it's still a Swiss made watch. This battery position is slightly different than normal. It's a slightly smaller battery in this one, so it's under this little black thing that sort of pops off. It is strangely enough a water resistant watch, although I probably wouldn't go diving or swimming with it, but it is actually water resistant, so you can get it wet if it's raining, something like that. If we come round to the face, you can see that it's a very clear black face, and it doesn't match quite up to the edge of the watch. You've got stuck up an edge, and then it goes into the black face itself, and then the black face sort of dips down, and you've got the numbers on a little shoulder piece. So on here you've got your 1, 2, and then it goes 4, 6, 8, and 10 over there, and then a 12 at the top. You've got tiny little silver hands. There's no second hand and there's no date window with this watch. It just tells us at the top it's Swatch and it's Swiss made. Down the bottom again it tells us who makes it, and again it's got a date when it was manufactured. The big thing about this watch, and one of the things you would have noticed as I was moving it around, is because it's called a skin watch, so Swatch Skin, that means it fits very closely to the skin. So it's a very, very thin watch. Ridiculously thin compared to any other watch I've had previously. It actually reminds me of the scene from Trading Places, a film with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, where Dan Aykroyd goes into a pawn shop to pawn his very expensive watch, which is supposed to be the thinnest watch in the world.
No. This is a Rochefoucauld, the thinnest water-resistant watch in the world. Singularly unique, sculptured in design, handcrafted in Switzerland, and water-resistant to 3 atmospheres. This is the sports watch of the 80s.
Styling wise, I quite like the style of it. It's a nice black and chrome finish. Very similar to another bit of Swatch memorabilia. I have a little Swatch ring on at the moment. This is the Swatch ring I picked up a while back as a piece of memorabilia. It's got Swatch on one end and it's got a little diamond in the metal piece with sort of a black leathery type strap. Bit unique, bit different. Sort of matches if you're going to be wearing this watch as a dress watch if you're going out with it, because it is a very, very fine, very thin watch to wear, incredibly lightweight. So if we come to those all important dimensions, the face of this watch, and I've measured that from the inner ring, so the actual face with the numbers on, is 28mm. The case itself is an average sort of Swatch size of 34mm. With the crown, that makes it, because the crown's only slightly extra, so it makes it 35mm. The strap width is a bit thinner than normal. This is a 16mm wide strap, but the all-important thickness, it's only 4mm from front to back. It's absolutely tiny. When it's on your wrist, you really don't notice it that much. It's also very, very lightweight. I think the strap probably weighs more than anything because there's these stainless steel pieces in the strap, and of course this rubber stuff. So it actually weighs as a total, the whole watch, 25 grams. Now they do other Swatch watches in the Skin range, a few other styles, golds and other colours. I will keep an eye out for them because they're quite unique and unusual, and I quite like the look of them actually. So guys, thanks for watching, hope you liked the review. If you do, please hit the like button down below. Please think about subscribing and hitting the notification bell to be notified when I upload the next load of videos. Thanks again, bye bye.